Okay, so we cut away because boy, that took a long time, didn't it? 4 cups of water to get all of that wet, but I finished it up. I hope you did as well. And now I have already put my soil into my containers. So I've got soil in all of them. We're not going to pack it down tightly. You just want to put it in there pretty loosely. And I have my seeds. So what I'm going to do to make it easier to see is we're not going to use all of these seeds today. We're going to use some of these seeds now, and then we're going to save the rest of them because we have a really fun project we're going to be doing in another week or so where we will use the rest of the seeds. We'll be able to put them outside when it's time. So I'm going to open the butterfly weed first, and I'm just going to be dumping some of these seeds onto the paper towel so that they are easy to see because they are pretty small, as you can see. So those are my butterfly weed. Now I'm going to fold that back up. I'm going to get out my marigolds. Now seeds look different. You guys know that seeds can get spread around lots of different ways, right? Some of them blow in the wind, like dandelions. Some of them get moved around by animals. Some of them just drop in the same spot. Some of them get moved by water. Lots of different ways that seeds can get planted and moved. Today it's going to be us. So marigold seeds, they look even different than the others. These don't look anything like those. These marigold seeds, these are meant to be able to blow around in the wind. So they have almost like little brushes on the end of them. And then this is for our dill. Let's take a look at that. I do that to sort of get all the seeds down to the bottom before I empty this or I open it up. And I didn't get quite far enough. Sometimes these seed packets don't want to open the way you want them to. That's all right. We can handle it. All right. So there is our dill. So the dill looks kind of similar to the butterfly weed, doesn't it? But the butterfly weed is a little bit bigger. All right, so we're going to start with our butterfly weed. So I want you to pick up some seeds and put them right in the bottom of your hand. Then I'm going to use these big fancy container right here, the old ones from last year, because I know that butterfly weed likes to have kind of deep soil. So when you put these in, you're not pushing them way down in the soil. You're just going to set them right at the top. You put one on each one. They're not going to be able to see them once you put them in. So try to remember which ones you already put them in. So I have 8 there and one more. All right, so I now have 8 of those. Now remember that vermiculite that we talked about before? I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of iron on top of there, and that's going to help those seeds be where they're supposed to be. Now next time we get together, we're going to learn about making garden stakes to remind you what plants are in each one. So for right now, I'm just going to set my packet on top of there, and that's going to remind me that that's what I planted in that one until I make my stakes. All right, so the next one we're going to do is the marigolds. So I'm going to start my marigolds in my mushroom container. So I'm going to take that. One end looks like a brush, and the other end looks like a little black handle. You're going to put the black part down first. It doesn't completely matter which end goes first, but if you can put the black side down, that'll give it a little bit better start. You want to give them a little bit of space, but they don't need a ton of space. I think I'm going to put 6 marigolds in my mushroom container. All right, so there's my marigolds. Little vermiculite on the top, and if you don't have the vermiculite, just take a little bit of your dry potting soil and put it over the top there, no problem. All right, so there are my marigolds. And then finally, let's do our dill. Now the dill, these are pretty small, and Mrs. Curren's big fingers have a hard time picking these up. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to sprinkle them around my strawberry container. And they're going to come up in lots of different ways, and we will deal with those when they come up. All right, so a little bit of vermiculite on top of there. I'm going to close my top on that. And now our dill is planted also. All right, friends, our seeds are in. They're going to start growing. So we've got those planted. Now we're going to Give them a quick little spray with a sprayer, or you could pour a little water gently on them just to make sure the top layer is damp. Then you just need to stick them in a sunny window, or at least a window that gets some light, for a few days. Every couple days, just keep checking on them, giving them a little spray, making sure there's enough water, and they will be growing soon. Next, we're going to be making our garden stakes so we know what plants we have. And we have to make a garden journal. So next time we get together, make sure that you have some paper and some pencil and maybe some crayons. We can put together our garden journal. And also, we're going to make garden stakes. You could use popsicle sticks. You could use old containers like this cut into strips, and we could just write on those. Just something you can stick into the ground. So start thinking about things you might be able to use. We can come up with lots of different ideas, and we'll make some fancy little garden stakes to go with our plants. All right, everybody, thanks for visiting me at my happy place, and we'll see you next time. Bye.